Hello, today's date is March 8th, 2008, and it is about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, 11:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to say that I had a very good workout today. And let me start off by saying that today in Northeast Ohio, I live in a city called Wellington, Ohio, and my mom lives in a suburb of Olmsted, or called Olmsted Falls. It's a suburb in the city of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County. We got nailed with snow like you wouldn't believe. It was just unbelievable. And so here was the plan today. The plan was I was supposed to go out to there's a club I belong to called the Summit Athletic Running Club, SARC, I think. And they were supposed to have a 15K and a 5K race today. And I didn't want to run in it because of two reasons. Number one, I'm training for the Boston Marathon or any marathons this year, and also I didn't want to run in it because it was snowy and I don't want to slip and break my ankle and all that on the snow and stuff. So they asked us members, do you want to volunteer and just pass out water or Gatorade or whatever? So I volunteered about a week ago, but this morning I woke up and prior to this morning, last night around maybe 11:30 or so, I looked out the window and it was just terrible weather. And I knew, sure enough, I get this call from my brother in the morning saying, "Did you see it out there?" Or I don't know who I talked to in the morning, it was my sister, but I found out that it was a major snowstorm. And I got no emails from the club saying that this run was canceled. And I have this weird inkling or suspicion that this run was not canceled and somehow they tried to run it anyways, but it was horrible roads. It would be, first of all, a type of run like that, it attracts about 500,000 runners. I don't know how many people they got to run in this 15K, which is about 9.3 miles, by the way. And that's a perfect distance for me. I almost wanted to run it, but it's too cold. But a week from today, I got to run in what's called the St. Malachi 5-miler. It's in downtown Cleveland. It's real close to downtown Cleveland. It's in, anyways, it's a really, really hellacious run, if that's a real word. I hear people in the bodybuilding community use that word, hellacious. But it's a real tough run, so I got to run in that. And if all goes well, I think I'll do pretty good. So that's been a pretty cold day today. I may even post a video online of how, excuse me, I'm coughing here, of how snowy it was. I actually did the snowy video today, but I don't want to screw it. I'm going to start posting other non-running related videos, and if you people that watch my videos don't want to watch those, that's fine. Or if you just want to watch the other ones, I want to be a little bit more diverse, so to speak, in my my videos. You notice I don't do a lot of post editing. I'm going to start creating a template for my post editing where I can kind of fill in things like that. But right now I haven't, some people I'll be talking now and they'll do all sorts of stupid effects that are so ridiculous. It's almost like you got all these amateurs out there that want to show off their video effects skills, which you can teach a 3-year-old to do on this. It's real easy with all this editing software now. But I've just been making this real right to the point. So let me get to my workout today. Today I was required to run 10 miles at a 6:52 per mile pace. And I will say good, I met my goal today. I did it. However, there was a couple glitches in my runs. The main glitch was I had to take more breaks. I took about 4 or 5 tiny, maybe 3-4 minute breaks. And I want to point something out real quick here. And I've been thinking a lot about, let's say I run 15 minutes and then I take a break and I fill up with water. There's a couple things that you need to understand is that when you take breaks when you're training, it doesn't mean you're cheating. In fact, it's quite the contrary. It actually makes it harder to get back into the run once you restart. So let's say, for instance, I'm running for 20 minutes at an 8.7 mile or 8.8 miles per hour on a treadmill. And then all of a sudden I'm at minute 20 or 25, and then I say, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. So I take a 5-minute break, and then let's say I drink a bunch of water, and I go 10 minutes later, I go back in and then I take another break. Well, what I found out is that in the real actual race, there are several things that work in your favor. Number one, my experience has told me that actual running in a real race is faster than training on a treadmill, because treadmill, you don't get the air in your face, and you don't get the there's just so many more things that work in your favor when you're training. So that's one of the reasons why I think it's better that you go that route. The second thing I wanted to say is that you lose your momentum when you slow down, so it's kind of harder to pick up. So anything, I don't think it's cheating your run. It's just taking you longer to finish it. But the other thing is that water breaks are going to be at every 2 miles of a race. Plus, they give you those little goo packet gels that give you more glucose for your body, so that you can run and you can get the juice in your body, or the carbohydrates and the calories that you need. And that type of thing is very, very important to get that in your body. So I took more breaks than I thought. I'm going to record the details later. I'm going to record them in my journal. But right now I'm so freaking tired right now. It's been about 45 minutes since I finished my run, maybe 40 minutes. And so I burned off, I'm going to average it out to 1,100, and I'm just going to say 1,190 calories was my run. 1,190 calories, 10.1 miles. And there was a glitch in my run. I knocked it down to 7 miles per hour for 2 minutes. In a total of 70 minutes, I did the run at like a 6.8 per mile pace. Actually, 7.8 miles per hour. And it's just, but again, it's like a 6:52 pace is about approximately 8.8 miles per hour. But my treadmill's a little bit faster, so I knocked it down to 8.7 miles per hour. And I love my treadmill, by the way. I'm just in love with it. I just paid it off this week, but I paid it off with another credit card. Isn't that funny? You get these 1 year same as cash, but then you wind up paying it off another way. So anyways, I got my treadmill paid off the other day, so I don't have to pay all that back interest. It was 1 year same as cash. I love my treadmill. And I'm telling you something, you cannot go wrong with this training. I mean, come on. We're in a freaking blizzard here in Northeast Ohio. It's probably no different in Buffalo or Cincinnati or the Appalachian Mountains. It's freezing. And what am I going to do, run out in the freaking cold? In fact, I tried training one time. I mentioned, if you guys have read my ebook, Treadmill Marathon Guide, there's that story in the very beginning of how I got involved in the whole training thing. And I mentioned how I walked 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, when I did the St. Malachi 5-miler. I kept trudging through the snow, but I was walking through the snow. And I thought that doing 4 miles a day of walking through the snow would help me do good. And I was dead wrong. You got to be running. You got to be building your cardio, or you're not going to be able to handle the run. So it's going to be interesting to see what my St. Malachi results are. If you want to see my results for the St. Malachi run, you can go to a website next week around this time called HermesCleveland.com. It's spelled Hermes, and then the city Cleveland, CLEVLEAND.com. It's on your screen. And Hermes Cleveland, and then you look under the, it'll say the St. Malachi run, and then you can find the results, and then you'll see where I place. My goal is to probably do a 6.5 minute mile, which would put me at a 32 minutes and 30 seconds. But 33 minutes would be great, because my best score was like a 36:15 or something, and I want to do much better than that, because I want to do sub 7 minute miles. And I've done sub 7 minute miles before. Obviously, I ran those 2 10-milers in the last couple of years. But I'm going to be doing really good, and I'm kicking ass like you wouldn't believe. And I'll tell you, this running is about the only thing that's getting me through my serious depression with this not having a freaking job. I'm one of those minority runners that's going to be in the sub 3 category that's broke, and everybody else that's got a sub 3 marathon skill is a doctor, or a surgeon, or a lawyer, or an engineer with a big bank account. But hey, maybe I'll be teaching some of those big bankers or surgeons, or maybe I'll let me sleep in their spare bedroom or something, so I can be their trainer. It'd be cool to find somebody rich that I could be like their trainer, like a professional boxer, and reinvent boxing and say, hey, look, you got to do cardio, man, lots of it. I'm not, to train a boxer to be a marathon runner would be just so freaking cool. But I think it's the toughest training sport. So I'm rambling on here, and this is a longer video than normal, but anyways, Appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot, Shell Music, for your comments about keeping up with trying to train for the Boston Marathon. And I'm going to go out there. I've got some other sources. I'm not going to bandit the run. I just don't want to do that. It's not worth $1,000 for me to bandit the run. Okay, I got to get out of here. The time's running out. But today's date is March 8th, 2008. And bye-bye. And it's Saturday.